Oh my god, everybody. I want to apologize. I guess I didn't have the audio going. I'm sorry about that. Give me 1 second. Let me check something. Okay, that was a huge screw up. But that's one of the dangers of having a live show. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Okay, so take two, even though we're live. World's Finest, issue 20, Batman and Superman. Okay, so Boy Thunder was basically like Boy Wonder except for Superman. Hey Doom, you got here at a good time because I just realized my audio was off. But I'm gonna go with it. It's all gonna be good. It's gonna be good from now on. Gonna be an excellent show. An excellent show. Okay, so issue 20 is basically the search for Boy Thunder. And Flash goes looking for him through like time and space, finds him in an alternate reality, and sees that there's darkness and something terrible connected to him. So he goes to Clark and Bruce and lets them know. And they both immediately, they're like, yeah, no matter how dangerous this is, we got to save Boy Thunder, see what's going on. Well, the Flash creates a treadmill, but it's basically a parallel reality treadmill, not time travel like it usually is. So both Bruce and Clark use that, end up in Earth 22, and it's a big collision between the world they're used to and Kingdom Come. It's really awesome. And there's this powerful moment where basically Clark and Bruce see all these tombstones and realize that all the heroes of this time are dead. Except Superman, who they saw flying around merrily earlier. And Bruce is, and obviously Bruce and Clark have questions, and Clark is upset, and he feels like responsible, even though he's not the Superman of that time, or of this world. And he's like, wait a minute, what destroyed all the heroes, and how is Superman still around? So it's almost like survivor guilt that he's feeling, even though it should be something that version of Superman should be feeling, not the Clark that we know. So, really good stuff. And yes, there's definitely darkness connected to Boy Thunder. I won't get into that, but it's very interesting, and it was a great book. It's really good. As I said before, Mark Waid's take on World's Finest, Batman and Superman, one of the best comic books going right now. And if you are a Batman Superman fan, it's something you need to read. I know that Batman is great. I know that Detective Comics is great. But this is another one that I highly recommend. Nightwing's awesome as well. So I do have to admit that if you read like all the best Bat books currently, there's at least 4. So, but that is our first review. And we have audio now, so you were all able like to hear it, which is great. Could have been so much worse. It was only like 5 minutes. So, my God, there was one time I did an entire show, no audio. But that's, see, I'm trying to be cautious here, and I'm like looking at levels and being like, ooh, there's no audio. Okay, next up we're going to talk about games. And there's some big games, everybody, coming out this week. Okay? Including a huge superhero game that I'll get to in a moment. But we're also going to talk about Diablo 4. And I know you're probably sick of me talking about Diablo 4 all the time. But I have reason to do so right now. Season of Blood launched yesterday, and it is excellent. It is very good. So right now it seems like it's going to be a story campaign similar to what it was for Season 1, but it's everything around that story campaign, including a massive open world event called the Blood Harvest, I believe it's called, and all these other cool things, and like Hunter Acclaim, I think it's called, that's in this season now that makes it far better than the first season. Also, having vampiric powers and going after vampiric versions of most of the enemies that you're used to from preseason and season 1 is super cool. Right now, the powers I have are based on getting my health back when I attack enemies, and the other one is pretty great. When I put out corpse tendrils, a bat shows up and attacks an enemy for, I think it's 30% damage, which is awesome. So there's 22 vampiric powers, and I've only unlocked 2 of them. And you have to make like vampiric packs, and it's based on the armor that you wear. So there's that too. It's something you have to think about as you're making your character and getting armor and like putting packs on, removing them. It's really neat. And as a game as a service, I really think that season 2 is a much stronger season than season 1. And like I said, the whole vampiric thing is awesome. Plus they've added 5 new repeatable bosses for endgame, and the quality of life stuff is great. Gems will no longer drive you crazy running back to town to get rid of them. Now they become a gem type, I believe it's dust, and you can make gems from them at the jeweler. But it's in a separate place, so it doesn't take over your regular inventory, which is great. So, and there's a lot of other awesome quality of life things. Your horse is like 14% faster. He can now basically pick up speed and break through barriers, which is fantastic. He can go and he can leap over chasms and stuff now. It's not that you have to get off the horse and then leap yourself. Really great quality of life and really great season, and I'm enjoying it a lot. It goes till January 23rd, so you have plenty of time to build your character. Right now, I have a necromancer that's already at level 20. And I'm definitely not hardcore at playing, because, like, I want to say that Pewter Odin is probably at 45 or 50 now. That's an estimate. That's an estimate, because Pewter was at, like, 40 or 41 yesterday. So, keep in mind, everybody, this is a brand new character. So, like, I'm all proud of myself. I got to level 20, and then Pewter's like, 20. Huh. He didn't say that. He didn't say that. It was just by virtue of being so much higher level. But yeah, I'm playing on difficulty 1 because it's much easier to level. That 1 to 50 journey is much quicker. Even though it seems like it'd be quicker the other way, I believe they still think it's easier with the level 1. That might have changed, actually. I'll have to check that. So much change with this patch. It's like roughly a 10 gigabyte patch, so it's nuts. It's nuts. Of course, we have a massive, huge superhero game that everyone's looking forward to. You've probably pre-ordered. Maybe you're getting the statue. Hellboy. Hellboy Web of Weird. Now, I know what you're thinking. What the hell is that? You might know who Hellboy is. He's an awesome character created by Mike Mignola, Dark Horse Comics, a number of movies. Guillermo del Toro actually directed 2 of them, and they were great. They're really cool films. 2 of my favorite superhero films. Sadly, I always forget, though, when someone asks me. Like, if I made, like, a list of, like, top 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 superhero films, those 2 would definitely be on it, the first and second Hellboy films. But yes, I don't know if there's issues with marketing. I don't know really how many games Dark Horse has put out based on their properties. I don't think there's many. Because, like, you know, you might be thinking of, like, you know, Walking Dead. Well, that's Image. Spawn, Image. You know, a number of the things you think might be Dark Horse are Image Comics. So that might be the issue, but it's a roguelike. The reviews I've been seeing have been above average, like 6 or 7. I actually downloaded it myself, $19.99 on the PlayStation Store. It's a roguelike, and one of the main reasons I downloaded it is because Lance Reddick, an awesome actor with an absolutely amazing voice, who we lost way too soon, it's one of his final performances. He does Hellboy. He voices Hellboy. And it's a cool recreation of these creepy, like fairy tale type monsters and stuff. You get to beat up as Hellboy. And you get to upgrade your weapons and everything. It's like a, roguelike. Also, visually, it's very impressive. Visually, it looks like it was taken right out of the pages and panels of a Mike Mignola Hellboy comic. So, for $19.99, I thought that was a really good deal. And yeah, I'll definitely be streaming that on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Hoardergamer. Yeah. No, everyone is like, wait a minute, aren't you going to talk about that other really big superhero game? Of course I am. Spider-Man 2 comes out Friday. And there was an excellent trailer that came out, I think, Sunday. Maybe it was during a football game, I don't know. It seems like all the MCU trailers and all the Marvel video game trailers are like during football games. So I'm just guessing because I think the trailer came out on a Sunday. But it's really good. And there's going to be a slight spoiler, everybody, but it's in that trailer. It's in that trailer. Actually, more of a commercial than a trailer, I think. I'm gonna say it because it's in there. This is not something you don't know about if you haven't seen this ad. The Sandman. And he looks amazing. And yeah, I'm very impressed by everything I've seen of this game. And I gotta tell you, Caboose XBL is definitely going to take quite a bit of heat because he's claiming we have seen the tip of the iceberg. That there are going to be so many characters that surprise us, like so many villains and things like that, that we do not know about, that we're going to be floored. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm paraphrasing, but that's very much what he got across in his review of the game. So we'll see, Caboose. We will see. Let's see here. I decided to go with the full 19 inches. Full 19 inches of Venom. Giant freaking statue. Looks insane. He's holding up Peter and Miles like this. He's holding Miles by the foot. And Peter's like... I don't think he's holding Peter. I think Peter is using his webbing, and they kind of attach it to the statue to make it look like he's attacking Venom. It looks really cool, though. It looks really cool. And yeah, that comes out on Friday. I'll be streaming that too. I'll be amazed if anyone views it because everyone will be streaming that game. Everybody. And other gaming news, also huge. We have 2 of the biggest games of the year and 2 Game of the Year nominees. Okay? Spider-Man 2 and Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Those both come out on Friday. And like Metacritic and other rating systems, right now they're both in the 90s. The last I saw for Mario was in the 95. It was like 95. And Spider-Man was like 91, 92. So these are going to be excellent games. I'm honestly thinking most people that buy Spider-Man will buy Mario and vice versa. Unless you only have a Switch, then obviously you're just going to get Super Mario Bros. Wonder. You'll have a great time, though. The game looks amazing, and apparently every level is a complete, like different journey for you. The Wonder Seeds completely change it, and then there's a hidden Wonder Seed. So I got to play the first level. at GameStop. They had a demo there, and it was great. It was really great of Super Mario Brothers Wonder. And I found one Wonder Seed, and that caused pipes to like snake around, and it caused other pipes to like pop up and down, and it was just wild and crazy music and visuals. It was like almost like a Busby Berkeley musical. It was really out there. Anyway, apparently there was another seed in that level, and I have no idea where that is. Because, like, this level was very much introductory, like, straightforward, move across. I did not see, like, that I could have gone, you know, into the sky or maybe into some pipes and found some hidden world type of thing or hidden area type of thing. And all the reviews said that you're going to like the game so much that you're going to actually want to dive back into those levels and find all those seeds. So... and everybody loves Elephant Mario. I know people were a little freaked out when they saw Elephant Mario, but I think everyone kind of loves him now. And everyone's like actually upset, from what I've heard, that there is no amiibo. They're like, where is the Elephant Mario amiibo? So, I'm gonna guess we'll get one. You know, if I were to guess, I couldn't see them not doing one, to be honest with you. So... don't freak out, everybody. We'll probably get a Elephant Mario amiibo. Okay. That's pretty much all the gaming news I have, except Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So, my show was, I believe it was last Wednesday, if I recall correctly. Thursday or Friday... someone blew apart the Rocksteady Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League internet, which is admittedly somewhat of a small internet right now, with the information that they saw a trailer at a trade show, and it had a number of pieces of information, including a day-night cycle, characters that are more focused now on melee, and the fact that Deadshot is more focused on firearms. And they talked about extra missions. Also, information I don't think we had, that they talked about directly on a year of support of extra missions and like characters and stuff. So what it sounds like to me is they might have had a really good idea here. And with Marvel's Avengers, they're like, everything you get is free. Free missions, free characters, all this. So Rocksteady and WB Games might have had the very smart idea to be like, the purchase of the game gives you the first year of content. And then any other characters or expansions said after that, or that come out after that, that will be, you know, some sort of fee. So, you know, so they can actually afford to make it. That's the issue. I know that everybody wants everything included, everything like for free, but most games as a service don't have the scope and scale of something like Arkham Knight or what this Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League looks like. You know, like if you're looking at games like that, it's like Genshin Impact, it's Warframe, I guess. That's about it. You know, very few games as a service have like triple A, you know. Like I very much like Wayfinder, but currently I would not say it feels like a triple A experience. I would not compare it to Genshin. I would not compare it to Warframe. But one thing with Genshin you have to keep in mind, it's a gacha system. So it's basically the equivalent of loot boxes. However, you can earn them in game. It takes quite a bit, but you're able to. So, but yeah, I'm very much looking forward to that game, and I hope we get some more information. Everyone is saying that we're going to be getting a trailer or some information at the Game Awards, and I feel that is an incredibly wrong decision by WB Marketing. Like, I feel that is a terrible idea, because the game comes out February 2nd. And at this point, I think it's a hell or high water situation. I think that no one wants to push this game back. The devs, WB, anyone that's interested in the game, at this point, I don't think anyone wants to push it back again. Okay? So if that's the case, and it comes out February 2nd, you're really going to wait till December 7th, I believe it is, for the Game Awards to even, like, show what's been done to the game in the last 9 months? Really? That doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. So I'm honestly hoping we hear something this week, next week, heck, even like by November 7th, because that's at least 3 months before the game comes out. That's time to have pre-orders for a AAA game, you know, but really you're going to have less than 2 months if you go with December 7th. That's crazy to me. To give you an idea, Hogwarts Legacy, and I think I mentioned this before, that was roughly about like 4 months that they really kind of opened the floodgates and let people know about the game. I want to say it was like late October when they had like real long, like 45-minute, hour-long streams showing the game in motion, taking you through the different common houses and stuff like that. Or common rooms. So, yeah, I really hope that's what they do. Now, that person that leaked that information, it all turned out to be true. It turned out to be legit, that leak. So that was just awesome to hear. Wild, too. And then they actually deleted their name from the subreddit, because I guess somehow something got back to Rocksteady, even though obviously the person that used their real name, you know, they used a different name. But yeah, apparently everything was legit. I'm guessing it was EGX, which is in London. Rocksteady's in London. And that was a trade show that occurred last weekend, actually. Could have also possibly been behind closed doors at New York Comic Con. That might have also been a possibility. Hard to say exactly. But the person was like, just saw this, and that was like on a early Friday afternoon. So it made it seem like, okay, probably EGX, probably, or New York Comic Con. If I had to guess, I'd say EGX just because it's in London and so is Rocksteady. And also, you know, behind closed doors because no one else has been talking about this. So. But yeah, all the information to February 2nd, that's still solid. That's still solid information. And then everything that, you know, this person said turned out to be correct. Okay. We have had a lot of gaming news. So much gaming news, okay? Now it is time for us to toy around. And let's see what we got this week, everybody. Let's see what we got. I'm going to try to say this correctly because it's going to be a challenge. Okay. TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Motu, Masters of the Universe. So yes, they announced a new line of toys that are Masters of the Universe meets Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And here is like the He-Man figure for the Turtles. And they use Leonardo, so he's got an L instead of the H. Used to have a different symbol. I won't say what that is. But then at one point he had an H. So here he's got L for Leonardo. And those swords go together to create the Power Sword. So I thought that was pretty cool. I have a few different of these to show. There's like, I want to say like 4 or 5 in the series. No, there's more than that, actually. There's more than that. But I just have a few of them here. I don't think they've shown Skeletor yet, though. Let's see. Next up we have... Now, this is based off one of my favorite Masters of the Universe figures. Okay? Trapjaw. But Trapjaw meets Mouser. Trapjaw meets Mouser. That is insane looking. I like it. It's crazy. They altered the whole like head part to make it look like a Mouser head. He's got a Mouser arm that spits fire apparently. And it looks like extra Mouser parts that attach to his belt, similar to the hook and the other item that he had in the original figure. The original Masters of the Universe Trapjaw. Okay. Now, I know I show a lot of DC figures, a lot of McFarlane figures, but take a look at this one. This is Joker from the Deadly Duo. Okay? Now, the Deadly Duo is Batman and the Joker trying to find out about a Joker lookalike that is slaughtering people. Not just killing them, like monstrously slaughtering people. And it was a really cool series. It was 6 issues. And this here is that take on the Joker, which I think looks really good. This is actually an exclusive for McFarlane Toys. I believe it's $29.99. But I have another picture of him as well. Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Here is the Joker in an insane, almost GIMP-type mask. Now, I believe, if I recall, that even though it looks that way, I believe it was a special type of mask that Batman put on him because he needed to bring Joker to the Batcave and couldn't let Joker know anything about the Batcave, its location, any of that. You know, certain people that would be there. I think it even like filtered out, like somehow filtered out Alfred and stuff. And because I believe Alfred's in this story arc. I don't think it, I'm trying to remember if it ties in directly to the main series, if there's more of an Elseworlds. It was very good. I can tell you that. Deadly Duo was really good. But yeah, there's this Joker with this head, which I thought was pretty great. Figured I had to show everybody that if you haven't seen it. And finally, we got this large gentleman that was shown today. Feast your eyes on Hot Toys Venom. Hot Toys Venom from Spider-Man 2. This is the first shot they've shown. And I'll be honest with you, price-wise, I'm guessing upwards of $300, upwards of $300, probably $350. That's an estimate. I can't guarantee you. I don't know how big they'll make him. Those figures are usually 12 inches. But if they went with a proper size, my God, I don't know. Because the statue's 19 inches. So, I mean, part of that's like a base and everything, but he's still much larger than Spider-Man and Miles in the game. So, but yeah, I definitely needed to show you at least a glimpse of Venom from Spider-Man 2, the Hot Toys incarnation of him. Okay, everybody, we are done toying around. So, if you've seen the show before, you know what that means. It means we look into the future of comic books. The future all the way to 1 week from today. Okay, and first up we have a book I just found out about today. Edenwood. Hunters hunting down evil magic users, and a rich and insanely complicated story that sounds really cool. Edenwood #1 from Image Comics comes out next week. And it's art and written by Tony S. Daniel. So it should be awesome. It should be really awesome. Some of my favorite writers are kind of like freaking out over it, saying it's one of their favorite new comics. Edenwood. So, very good chance I'll review it. It sounds very exciting. And there's not a lot of really super exciting books next week. Sometimes, depending on how many weeks are in a month, like if there's the 5th week, which I think there is a 5th Wednesday. I'm not going to look right now because that would take too much time for me to go through the phone and everything. But like, it's a very light comic book release week. That's why I think it is a 5th Wednesday. Okay, so Edenwood. Next up we have The Outsiders, #1. Now, from everything about this, it sounds like if you were a fan of the Batwoman TV series on the CW, you might want to check this out. Luke Fox and Kate Kane, and looking into things like tombs, ancient evils. It sounds really interesting, and it's from Lanzing and Kelly. 2 of the best new writers in comics in like the last, I'd say, year or two. They are the writers of Star Trek. They were the writers of Captain America. Like, they've written a lot of great stuff. I believe currently they're also doing Guardians of the Galaxy. The amount they're able to write is insane. Like, they're incredibly prolific. But yes, Outsiders #1, and this is a cool variant cover with Batwoman. So, yeah, I think it sounds neat. And very good chance I'll review this as well. So right now it looks like I'll review Edenwood 1 and this as well. That's not 100% because let me show you what the next book is. I made it a little too small, 1 second. Captain Marvel #1. This is Jen Bartel's new creation, new take on the character. So basically, she went to, I guess, her drawing board. No, they say back to the drawing board. But literally, probably to a drawing board or drawing computer, and came up with a brand new take, a visual take on Captain Marvel. And this is the first issue written by Alyssa Wong, and it sounds like it's going to be really cool. And it's going to be neat too because of the new movie coming out November 10th. So there's a decent chance I'll review this. So I don't know. It's going to almost definitely be Edenwood and then Captain Marvel, or Edenwood and the Outsiders, I'm guessing. I'm not exactly sure. I'll be honest. I don't know for sure. But yeah, I thought this was really cool. I know that Suki is probably definitely picking this up. I'm guessing they are definitely going to pick this up. Okay, let me remove this. Okay, everybody. We're not done with the show yet. Sometimes there's a second review, and that is happening today. A second review for, get this, Sensational She-Hulk #1. It is excellent. If you enjoyed Rainbow Rowell's She-Hulk, this is basically Volume 2. So, in a marketing almost experiment, I guess, they decided the best way to get eyes on this book, which is one of the best Marvel books going, was to actually rename it and start with an issue 1. But it's not status quo. it's a continuation of what they did with Volume 1. And Jack of Hearts basically absorbed an entire atomic bomb. And he found out that when he is absolutely full to the brim of atomic energy, that he can be intimate with She-Hulk. They both had feelings towards each other, towards each other, but in the past, and even now currently with these feelings that develop between them, if they were attempted to be intimate at all, he would inadvertently drain energy from her. And he couldn't stop that from happening. But now that he knows he can actually, once he has this energy in him, this like nuclear radiant energy, they're able to have a relationship. But it seems like there's something wrong or off between the two of them. And I don't know, it might be that She-Hulk realizes that this is not permanent. You know, how much can Jack of Hearts almost endanger himself with this energy so they can be together? I think she realizes that, and it's almost a subconscious thing, because she seems to pull away from him just a little bit. And it's really interesting. The Insane Punch Club, that's the fight club that Jennifer Walters creates with other superheroes and even some super villains. Titania and Crusher Creel, the Absorbing Man. That shows up in here again. And yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I really enjoyed the Rainbow Rowell's take on She-Hulk. And I think, yes, if it's going to bring more eyes to the book, more buyers to the book, then yes. I think that renaming it and starting with issue 1 was the way to go. Because it's a very strong book. And it's one of the best takes on the character of She-Hulk and Jen Walters. So, I'm very happy with it. And part of me was a little worried. I wasn't exactly sure what the reasoning was. But, like, they tried to, like, calm everyone down and be like, no, it's going to be Rainbow Rowell. It's going to be, like, similar to the same. And yes, it's honestly like a volume 2 of Rainbow Rowell's She-Hulk. So, okay, everybody. I want to thank you all very much for watching. And I want to thank Doom Squad Gaming and Doomkiller HD for letting me borrow the channel again this week. Thank you very much. Thank you. If you like the show, definitely tell other people. You know, we've got comics, we got games, we got toys each week. So, thank you. And if you want to watch me, I don't know why you'd want to. Twitch.tv/Hoardergamer. And like everybody, yes, I'll be doing Spider-Man 2 this weekend. I think a number of members of Doom Squad will be doing Spider-Man 2 as well. So that should be really awesome. And I do want to stream some Super Mario Brothers Wonder, but I just got to get that all set up with the Switch. Streaming from the Switch is not as easy as streaming from other consoles, oddly enough. Okay, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have an excellent week. Thank you. Bye-bye.